The summer sun was setting on July 14th, 2025. I was driving home on a quiet country road. The day was long and I was tired. I just wanted to get home. The trees made long shadows across the pavement. It was a peaceful evening, the kind that makes you feel calm. Then I saw something small. It was a little shape on the side of the road. At first I thought it was just a shadow, or a piece of trash. But as I got closer, I saw it move. It was a tiny animal, all alone. It was a dog, a very small, very scared dog. He was huddled into a little ball, trying to disappear. His fur was a mess of brown and white, and it was dirty from the road. His ears were down and his tail was tucked so far under him you could hardly see it. Cars were driving by, fast and loud. Each one made him flinch and press himself flatter against the ground. He looked up for a moment and his eyes were huge and full of fear. I could see he was trembling. He was completely alone in a very dangerous place. My heart sank. How did he get here? Did someone leave him? Did he run away and get lost? So many questions filled my mind. He looked so helpless. The world around him was big and scary. He was just a small creature trying to survive. I thought about all the bad things that could happen to him out here. A car could hit him. He could get sick. He was just a baby, really. He needed someone to help him. He needed someone to be kind. I slowed my car down. My mind was racing. Part of me said to keep going. I had my own life, my own problems. I didn't have time for a stray dog. But another part of me, a much louder part, couldn't ignore what I was seeing. Those scared eyes had looked right at me. It felt like he was asking for help without making a sound. I couldn't just drive away and leave him there. I couldn't live with myself if I did. I knew right then that I had to do something. I pulled my car over to the shoulder of the road. I turned on my hazard lights so other drivers would see me. My heart was beating fast. What was I doing? I had never rescued an animal before. I didn't know what to do. I was nervous. What if he ran away into traffic? What if he was aggressive? He was so small, but fear can make animals do unpredictable things. I took a deep breath. I told myself to be calm. I had to try. I had to show him I was not a threat. Slowly, I opened my car door. I didn't want to make any sudden movements that might frighten him more. I got out of the car and crouched down low to the ground. This way I would look smaller and less scary to him. I spoke to him in a soft, gentle voice. "Hey there, little guy," I whispered. "It's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you." He watched my every move. His body was still tense, but he didn't run. He just stayed there, watching me with those big, sad eyes. I didn't have any food with me, nothing to offer him. All I had was my voice and my patience. I kept talking to him, telling him everything was going to be all right. I told him he was a good boy. I told him he was safe now. I slowly held out my hand, palm up, so he could see I had nothing to hide. It was a sign of peace. I just wanted him to know that I was a friend. He stared at my hand for a long time. I could see the confusion and fear in his face. He was trying to decide if he could trust me. After what felt like forever, he took a tiny step forward. Then another. He crept toward my outstretched hand, sniffing the air. He was still shaking, but he was curious. He finally reached my hand and gave it a quick, hesitant lick. It was the softest, most gentle touch. In that small moment, a connection was made. He had decided to trust me. He had decided to take a chance. And in my heart, I knew I had made the right choice. I was not going to let him down. Carefully, I scooped him up into my arms. He was so light he felt like a little bundle of feathers and bones. He stiffened for a second, scared of being lifted off the ground. But then he seemed to relax. He rested his little head against my chest. I could feel his heart beating fast, right next to my own. I held him close and walked back to my car. I opened the passenger door and gently placed him on the seat. He immediately curled up into a ball again, but this time, it was different. He seemed a little less afraid. I found an old towel in my trunk and laid it on the seat for him. He sniffed it and then settled down on top of it. As I started the car and pulled back onto the road, I kept looking over at him. He was watching me. His eyes followed my every move. He wasn't cowering anymore, he was just observing, taking everything in. I turned the radio down low so it wouldn't be too loud for him. The car felt different now. It wasn't just my car anymore, it was our car. We were on a journey together. As we drove, I talked to him the whole time. I told him about my home. I told him he would have a warm bed and plenty of food. I told him he would never have to be scared on the side of a road again. He didn't understand my words, of course, but I think he understood the tone of my voice. He understood the kindness. After a while, his eyelids started to droop. The long, scary day had worn him out completely. He finally closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep. Seeing him sleep so peacefully in my car was an incredible feeling. Just a little while ago he was a terrified creature, alone and in danger. Now he was safe, he was warm, he was sleeping, he was starting to trust the world again, starting with me. I felt a huge sense of responsibility for this little life. He was counting on me now. I looked at his sleeping form and made a silent promise. I promised him that I would always protect him. I would give him the best life I possibly could. When we got home, the little dog woke up. I carried him inside. The house was quiet and strange to him. He sniffed everything, his nose twitching. I gave him a bowl of water and he drank for a long time. Then I gave him some food and he ate like he hadn't seen a meal in days. I knew I needed to give him a name. It had to be something special. I looked at him as he finished his food, his tail giving a tiny, hopeful wag. The name came to me suddenly. Jaxy, I said out loud. He looked up at me. It was perfect. That first night, Jaxy slept in a soft bed I made for him right next to mine. He was no longer the scared animal I found on the road. He was Jaxy. He was home. The next day, we went to the vet. He got his shots and a checkup. The vet said he was healthy, just a little underweight. With good food and a lot of love, he would be just fine. Jaxy was brave during the whole visit. He was already learning that people could be kind. He was learning what it felt like to be cared for. Jaxy quickly became the center of my world. He followed me from room to room. He loved to play with his new toys. He loved to cuddle on the couch. The fear in his eyes was replaced with happiness and trust. He learned his name and would come running whenever I called him. His tail was always wagging now. He filled my home with so much joy and laughter. He wasn't just a dog I rescued. He became my best friend, my family. He rescued me from a quiet life just as much as I rescued him. Jaxy's story is a reminder that a little bit of kindness can change a life forever. He found his forever home with me. He will always be safe. He will always be loved. He will never be a lonely, scared animal on the side of the road again. His new beginning was also my new beginning. Every day I am thankful that I chose to stop my car that evening. Love and compassion can heal the deepest wounds and create the most beautiful friendships. Jaxy is proof of that.